and welcome to the WEF Weekly. Here this week on to week 10 of competition, and it is going to be a mix of great competition this week because not only is it show jumping but 5-star dressage as well. So we're going to be chatting to a few of our guests as well that are going to bring us all the information on that too. We already had last night the big 5-star start off of the week in terms of dressage. Jumping is well underway with today's adequate WEF Challenge Cup as well. That was another good thriller as well, with Richard Vogel topping that. And of course, we reflect on last week as well on the 5-star Grand Prix. That was the Wellington Equestrian Realty 5-star finish. Also, we're going to talk the MSU 25 series because that comes to a conclusion this week too. So there's a lot on the menu to get through, and joining me are my guests to wade through that menu, I'm delighted to say. Former winner of the U25 title and leading again this year, Ashley Vogel. Ashley, welcome.
Thank you.
How are we feeling about leading the stats?
It's very exciting. It's a great series. It's actually one of my favorite classes to compete at here at the Winter Equestrian Festival. Super competitive, so we're leading into the final on Sunday, so I'm excited to see what happens. Fingers crossed.
Daniel Bluman joins me, quite rightly, having won the 5-star Grand Prix last week, the Wellington Equestrian Realty 5-star. Ladriano, I'm sure you're still riding a wave at the moment.
Yeah, of course, it's always fun when you have nights like that where everything sort of falls into place. So yeah, very grateful for last week's class for Ladriano. Like you said, he was spectacular. So yeah, great, very happy.
Very happy with that one. And Morgan Barbancon, lovely to have you here. Olympic French rider, World Championship rider, hot foot literally from success over in the dressage arenas. We've literally dragged you out of prize giving. Morgan, thank you. Well done today.
Thank you for having me, and thanks. Yeah, I literally got dragged off my horse like 15 minutes ago after winning the 3-star. He was great. I'm really happy of the season here. It's fantastic to be here.
And last night you were obviously competing over in the stadium here for a change this week.
Yeah, I competed my young horse Habana, only 11 years old. It's his first time in such an arena, such a class as well, under the lights, so it was a lot of new things for him. He was a little bit tense, so it wasn't our best test yesterday, but really looking forward to Friday.
Well, we're looking forward to seeing how that unfolds. We're going to talk about that in a few minutes, a little reflection on how last night was as well. Before that, we're going to take a little look at what happened last week, reflect and review that as well. Of course, Daniel's with us, the winner of that Wellington Equestrian Realty Grand Prix. And picking up the awards last week, if you'd like to say, and it was a fabulous top 3 as well, with Shane Sweetnam in second, with James Cancruz, and with Carl Cook finishing in 3rd spot with Kalinka. Daniel, you've been top of the 5 stars here before now, but each one of them is pretty special, and here we are picking up the awards once again.
Yeah, no, it's always special to be able to win Saturday night here. You know, the atmosphere is great. You have a lot of people coming and big cheers, and it was a great class. You know, with great riders and horses in the jump-off. Especially, I mean, I remember I was watching Shane's James Cancruz from the FEI after I rode my horse because I had to go late in the order, so I was hanging there by the FEI stabling, and the horse jumped spectacular round. So I was kind of motivated to see him in the jump-off. I gave him my all, and it worked out. So it was fun to be able to have a jump-off with that group of horses and that group of riders.
Yeah, let's just reflect on that. Shane Sweetnam, James Cancruz, Carl Cook, Kalinka, and Nal Nassar as well with Eagles. So just the 4 of you in the jump-off, which made it really interesting.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Alan Wade is an excellent course designer. He really knows what he's doing. And personally, I really enjoy when the jump-offs are small or smaller. You know, I've had better luck in the past with that kind of numbers. You know, 4 to 6. You know, is normally where I find that with Ladriano I have the better chance because he's not the fastest horse, but he can put up a time that is fast enough to win in the right kind of jump-off. And it was a tough technical course there. It wasn't easy to leave the jumps up. You know, there were a lot of questions, and I mean, when you look at only 4 clear rounds in this size of competition with these professionals and these horses, then you know that the test must have been difficult.
Well, it was about half a second between the two of you. We're going to take a look at the side-by-side of the two of you competing against. This is you, obviously against Shane Sweetnam, James Cancruz, 2 fantastic horses with Ladriano as well. Daniel, it's hard to say where did you win it because we're talking less than half a second, but how did you feel about it? Talk me through it.
Well, you know, I had the advantage of going after Shane, you know, and that does make a big difference. And I got to see his jump off, and I knew a little bit what I had to do in order to win it. And when I went into the ring, my idea was to put a very nice pace already for number one, and my goal was to never slow down, you know, to keep that pace, or if anything, go faster. And it played out like that. You know, the distances were showing themselves forward, so that was great. And I had a good feeling that I had him when I was in the air of the last one. You know, I thought I had been pretty neat in a couple of places where I think Shane's horse is still a little bit greener, obviously 5 years younger than Ladriano, and it's, you know, it's a great feeling when things work out your way like that.
Ashley, you obviously trained within this Sweden stable. How was the mood after that?
I'd say he was really happy. He was happy with the progress that James Cruz has had over this past year, but also throughout the Grand Prix here in Wellington. And I think he's excited for week 12 for the Rolex Grand Prix, so we'll see what happens.
Fingers crossed for that. Morgan, did you get over to watch the jumping, or are you concentrated purely on the dressage?
Yes, well, my boyfriend is also a show jumper.
Exactly.
So I've been here every Saturday.
Well done. Been some epic Grand Prix there.
Yes, it's so much fun. Even as a dressage rider, there's so much atmosphere we enjoy. It's beautiful riding from everyone. Very interesting, and you can see the different courses and like how some are more difficult than others, and you see the results like more or less riders in the jump off. And I remember, well, if I'm not saying something stupid, that plank was quite complicated before that water. A lot of it was a tricky one, and so yeah, it's really fun for us to watch.
Excellent. We're going to get Daniel over to dressage.
Exactly.
Daniel, from your point of view, you know, that's a great way to come into the season. The view now goes towards the Rolex Grand Prix. Have you put too many thoughts on that yet, or are we waiting and seeing what we do?
No, we definitely have a plan. I mean, the least we can do is have a plan.
Yeah.
You know, so we do have a plan, and the idea from the beginning was for Gemma to jump the Rolex Grand Prix. Ladriano is done for this season until the World Cup finals, and Gemma has been gearing up for that Grand Prix. She was fifth a couple weeks ago here in the CSIO Grand Prix. So yeah, she's feeling great, and I'm excited. It's a class that I had the chance to win 11 years ago.
Yes.
You know, and I've been second 3 times
Including last year.
since then, including last year and the year before.
Yeah.
One of them with Gemma, actually. So yeah, I mean, looking forward to being here, having a good round. Hopefully we're in the jump off, and if we are, we're gonna give it our all. And you know, there's just so much you can control. The rest is a little bit fate, destiny, you know. So we'll give it a good go.
Well, fingers crossed and see how it goes. Well done on that success. We're going to talk about a little bit more of the jumping first. U25s, MS U25 series. Ashley, you're leading at the moment. You've won this before back in 2021. How do you feel? Final comes up this week on Sunday.
I feel great. I mean, it was really exciting winning in 2021. I was a little greener going into the U25 that season, as I had not jumped too many FEI classes, but I think that's what the series is good for. It gives up-and-coming riders that are ready to step up and gain some more mileage and experience, some opportunity over some tougher tracks, and I'm really excited for this Sunday. There's a lot of great horse and rider combinations. From Summer to Mimi, Sheer, and Zaina, all in the top 5. I think anything can happen, but I'm excited to see what happens with Birdie. She feels ready, and we'll see.
We're going to get with Birdie Dessau. I was going to say, we've got a little clip of you winning the overall title back into 2021 as well. That was Bellissimo Z back then.
Yes.
Little change around in horse.
Yes.
Birdie Dessau is a horse that was produced through Shane Sweetnam and now moved on to you.
Yes, produced through Shane Sweetnam. I took over the reins on her about late last season. He had done a very good job with her, and he thought that it'd be fit that I started my partnership with her. It came short because I had a non-riding related injury over the summer, so then he took her and gained some more mileage with her and helped develop her a bit more over the summer in some of the major leagues, and then I started riding her again in the fall. So we thought that the U25 season would be good for further developing the partnership that we had together, and so far she's been super consistent. There's been a rail out there this season. It's definitely my fault, but it's all a learning experience. But this final, I think that she'll be very good, so I'm excited.
And for you, you're also busy down in Miami in the early part of the week, aren't you?
Yeah, so Monday and Tuesday, I'm finishing up my senior year at University of Miami, so it's a lot of driving back and forth, but I'm almost done. Just trying to stay motivated a bit, but yeah, I'm excited to be done. Yeah.
Well, we're going to talk a few of those in a few moments' time. But you mentioned the top five there, yourself at the top. Then we've got Summerhill, we've got Mimi Gotchman, we've got Sheila Leviton, and we've got Zaina Rizvi in the top five. Daniel, you trained Summer, so how's the rivalry?
Yeah, well, it's been all season. You know, they've been going back and forth, taking the lead and taking the lead one from the other. But it's a great series, you know. The Hermes U25 series is, I have to agree with Ashley, for me, it's one of the highlights of the Winter Equestrian Festival. You get to see great up-and-coming riders that are already actually, some of them jumping the classes with us in the 5-star competitions, and you get to see great horses, and there's a lot of rivalry, you know. It's good, it's really fun, actually. I get to enjoy it. I don't really enjoy this week because I actually am a fan of Ashley and I like her. But as Summer, as you say, you know, I mentor her because she's her own professional. She has her business, but we've been working together already for a couple of years, and you know, she tries really hard and she's doing the sport the right way and for the right reasons. But you know, when Sunday comes, all of these girls are ready to go, and let the best one be the winner of the season.
Narrowed it down to top 30 based on points of the season. There's a U25 series in dressage, isn't there, as well, in Europe and across America as well. And again, it's worked in the same way, hasn't it?
It's super. It's very good to step up from the young rider classes to Grand Prix, because it is a huge step from just a basic young rider class. So there's a lot of movements that are not included that suddenly you have to do. So in the under 25 you have to do, but like, for example, instead of 15 110Ps, you do 11 and 13. The Piaf, you can travel a bit more. It doesn't have to be so much on the spot, and less steps. There's no zigzag, which is quite difficult. So it's an easier Grand Prix. So it's nice for the young riders to actually step up to Grand Prix through these classes. And you see a lot of talented riders and some very talented horses as well. So it's fun. It's nice.
How did you do it? Because you were through to the Olympics quite
early on in your career, right?
I jumped from juniors to Grand Prix. So I was very lucky to have an amazing horse, Painted Black, that I got when I was 18. I actually did 1 year of the under 25s with him, just because it was a huge step. Yeah. But he was a great schoolmaster, and he took me by the hand and said, okay, let's do this. And we ended up a year and a half later in London Olympics. I was only 19 then, and it was, actually I have to say I wasn't stressed, because it was such a big thing to be there. I made it, we made it all together as a team, and so now it's just a matter of enjoying, not like Tokyo, which was a bit more stressful.
Well, I hope you enjoyed last night as well, because we had two sections last night. Of course, the qualifier, Grand Prix qualifier for the Grand Prix Freestyle and for the Grand Prix Special. As you say, you were on a younger horse last night for the Grand Prix Special. But let's talk about the first of those Grand Prix. The first day's up, of course, was won by Frederick van der Est, but let's talk your round initially too. As you say, younger horse you were bringing in last night.
Yeah. So that's Habana. He's 11. He has only started this level about 8 months. He's really stepped up here in Wellington. He won a couple of classes, and I said, okay, now I'm going to take him out of the 3-star and just try to put him in the 5-star. He is quite of a sensitive horse, and he gets quite spooky on everything that's on the ground. So I think yesterday the shadows bothered him. Like you can see, he has a mistake there because he was a bit escaping the shadow. So it was a great experience for him, because he coped quite well with it, but definitely not our best test. And but I think after yesterday he learns quite quickly, and if he understands that there's nothing wrong now, he'll be fine normally on Friday.
And that's the thing of having these opportunities to bring them through. I think today your win was your 5th win of the season, I think, something like that.
5th or 6th,
yeah. You've had a pretty good season so far.
Yeah, I can't complain. The horses have been amazing, yeah.
Let's talk on what happened last night. I want to say that qualifier for the freestyle. All right, Frederick van der is finishing top there with blue tube. We'll take a look at Frederick's round first. Now, for those that don't know, Frederick comes over from Germany. He's been a regular here and won a lot of classes here as well, World Cups, but also open to Europe as well. He won the World Cup qualifying in Madrid last season. Highly successful rider over in Europe. And again, it's good to have this competition coming here to the US, isn't it?
It's great because he's back in Europe. We don't have that many shows and shows of this quality. I have to say the organization of every single show here is super. The arenas are great. The stabling is super. For the horses, it's nice to have somewhere to compete, like consistent, like in the same ring, and get some mileage without doing so many kilometers transport, driving up and down, left, right. So I think that's what Freddie did as well, and that's how he brings his horses up. Freddie is an amazing rider, so much talent, and he's done an amazing job with this horse. If you can see the evolution of this horse over the last couple of years, it's been amazing, and he's really on top of his game this season.
The combination of say that won in Madrid together. Now he finished on 75.360. Ashley Holster and Valentine were the closest to them. Again, some newer combinations coming out in all of this. Ashley's test here, she was at 70.935. Again, some solid performances last night.
She's done. I remember this year, this mare last year at Herning. She had a lot of troubles in the Piaf with it, and I must say she's done an amazing job in taking her back in that ring and going through a test again like this. And you can see that the mare is really confident in what she's doing now. And obviously, Ashley is a very experienced rider, has been riding at this level for many years, and she's an excellent rider. And I have to say, what she's done with that mare is, I pull my hat off.
Who are the riders that you used to watch during the circuit?
I watch everyone,
Yeah.
because I find you can learn from everyone. Not only the winners, but everyone has their own techniques, and it's interesting to see how people work their horses in different ways and different methods, systems, different type of horses, because we see all types of horses, hot, lazy ones, and I find it really interesting to watch the warm-ups. I like to watch the warm-ups. That's my favorite part.
And here you obviously get the opportunity to cross the levels, doing that much more than say at an indoor World Cup show where you take one horse.
Exactly.
So the other big contender last night as well was Tina Silfen of Sweden. Of course, she's got wonderful championship credentials as well. Finished in third place with Barbancon, 70.630. I say that group staying close. Frederick van der, if he pulls out something similar tomorrow, he's going to be hard to get past.
He will.
Tina's point from her test as well, though, again, was very solid.
She's a very good test rider. I've rarely seen someone so precise in her riding. I think that's where she grabs all of her points, is that when she rides from point A to point B, it's really point A to point B, and it's not a meter or a meter after the letter, it's at the letter, the exact amount of steps. Her changes are perfectly symmetrical, left, right, and exactly in the middle of the diagonal. It's not that she arrives too early or too late. It's very nice to watch, Tina.
Daniel, from your point of view, that translates to jumping as well, because what most people don't see when we're coming on a Saturday night is seeing you guys working at home, doing exactly what Morgan's doing on that.
Absolutely. You know, for us, dressage is a big part of what we do. On a personal level, I really love it. You know, I really enjoy it. I think that in order to be able to give your horses you know, a lot of rounds at the highest level for many years, they need to have very good flat work. You know, they need to have very good dressage. So we do spend a lot of time. It's a little bit different than what you guys do, of course, because we have to take it just to the point that it's gonna get us the right ability that we're looking for to help them inside of the ring. What you guys do is taking it already to another level, but the basics are the same.
The basics for me are the same.
Yeah.
A horse needs to be through, needs to listen to the hand, to the seat, to the leg.
Yeah, exactly.
Come back, collect, go forward, turn left and right
Exactly.
properly. The basics are the same.
The basics are the same, and I think, you know, it's nice to see that there are some riders in show jumping that actually know how to do it and appreciate how to do it. I mean, I think that watching you guys, even when you guys are just walking, walking or trotting, or making simple transitions, they're well done. Everything is done with connection. With the horses are supple, but they're in contact in your hand. The bridles that you guys pick, the good ones, of course, the good riders in dressage. You can see that everything is just done textbook.
Yeah.
And I think that if you're able to do, as a show jumping rider, 80% of the dressage that the professional dressage riders can do, you have a very good chance of getting a lot of great results inside of the ring. Just to name one rider that I really enjoy watching is Daniel Deuser, who is with us here this season, and his riding is outstanding. And it's outstanding because his dressage is just beautiful. He has full control of his horse's stride from the moment he picks up the canner until he crosses the timers and leaves the ring. And it's no surprise that he wins as much as he wins with so many different horses, because actually when you go back to the warm-up areas or you go to the FEI, to the schooling areas, and you see Daniel walking, he knows how to walk a horse. You see him trotting, he knows how to trot a horse, cantering, doing transitions, and it won't be very different to see Daniel Deuser doing some of the simple exercises than seeing some of you guys that are professional dressage riders, because at the end of the day, like you're saying, the basics are the same, and I, for one, really appreciate watching you guys ride. I think it's beautiful.
Well, we're going to see more of it tomorrow as well. Morgan, from your point of view, in your section yesterday for the Grand Prix Special, Pablo Gomez Molina winning there with a personal best of 71.239. As you say, you might be giving a bit of a run for the money tomorrow night.
Oh, I will.
Here was his test. What did you think?
I really, Pau is also a very good rider. He's done a great job with this horse. Quite a tricky horse, very, very hot. Spanish horse. They tend to be, even though he's not very typed as a Spanish horse, it looks like he has quite the character and the hotness of one. They're quite tricky to ride. He's done a great job yesterday. Beautiful fault-free test. So he was not beatable.
But tomorrow you're coming for him.
But tomorrow I'll be coming for him. I'll be doing hopefully no mistakes tomorrow.
Well, we look forward to that. It's an exciting week of competition all across the board. As I say, it's going to be dressage tomorrow night as well into the arena with the 5-star there. And of course, we're going to be jumping here on Saturday night as well. So that's going to keep us all on our toes. Sunday is going to be the U25. Ashley, final words for you on the U25? Ready to go? Ready to get it won again?
Hopefully, we'll see. I remember in 2021, I was very close behind Mimi, and we both had a very good jump off. We were just like 0.02 of a second away from each other, so that's always super exciting. There's a lot of great horse and rider combinations, like I said, so I think it's going to be very competitive, so it'll be exciting to see who will end up on top. But I have a good feeling with Bertie Dutho. She feels great this week, so I guess we'll find out.
Double points on the final.
Yeah, double points on the
Daniel's
final.
smiling at this point. He's thinking we can still get there.
I'm confident of what we're bringing this week. But like I said, at the end of the day, in show jumping, there's so much you can do, and the rest of it has to play your way, right? I think all these girls have had a great, consistent season, and just for that, they should be very proud of themselves and their teams. What happens on Sunday will happen on Sunday, but the year keeps going. There'll be a winner on Sunday, and there will be 29 losers, and then the week after that, there will be other group of winners, another group of losers, and that's what we do. Hopefully, if all of them are enjoying what they're doing, then it's good. Then all it's good.
And tomorrow night you're going to be in dressage. Frederick's going to be hard to get past in freestyle. You're going to be up at the top of the podium for the Grand Prix Special.
I hope so.
Good luck. Well, thank you to my guests here today. They've literally, as I say, come hot foot from their various arenas and places. Morgan, thank you. Thank you to the dressage team for hot-footing her over as well. As I say, just to remind you what's coming up this week, we are going to be busy here at the Winter Equestrian Festival. 4-star coverage each day of the classes 2. We've got more of that tomorrow with the speed, and of course on Saturday night as well. I'll be in the commentary box then. Danny Woolman will be in tomorrow as well to take you through, and a host of guests that we've got coming up. I'll be in the box as well tomorrow for the 5-star dressage. 2 sections coming up there with the Grand Prix Special and with the freestyle as well. Sunday also sees us into the captive 1 meter 50 classic and into the two-star Grand Prix as well. All of that coming up, and you can watch all of that brought to you by Wellington Equestrian Realty. My thanks to my guests here, and more success to come from Morgan. Good luck tomorrow night.
Thank you.
Daniel, good luck in the Rolex Grand Prix. Thank you for joining us again. Our first returning guest, this time for good reason, from that point of view. Ashley Vogel, we'll wait and see if on Sunday you're crowned MSU 25 champion, and you get to go shopping.
Yeah.
That's the best bit.
Yeah.
Thank you to all our sponsors this week. Thank you to my guests. Enjoy. We've got something for everyone this week here in Wellington.